Good morning, Pathfinders. Good morning, builders of legacies. Greetings to all of you this morning. Today is the 27th of July 2025. We are on day number 7 of our 90 days Destiny Day challenge to learn digital marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, our lives will never be the same. If you are participating on this challenge, I want you to continue to remain disciplined. I dare you today so that tomorrow you can dominate. Yeah. Learning how to do digital marketing is an important skill. It's a skill that is going to create income opportunities for you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you are unemployed, if you are employed but you feel that you are being underpaid, whatever the reason why you are underpaid, it could be because you did not get the job of your qualifications, your training. Or maybe the company you're working for is a growing company, it cannot afford to pay you what you need to be paid. Or somebody is just being spiteful and doesn't want to pay you what you are worth. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter your situation, whether you are unemployed, underpaid, and consequently, because you are unemployed and you are underpaid, you have to rely on family support. You have to rely on government grants. I want you to know that you have found a home. Zero2Billionaires is a home of us, the unemployed, the underpaid. Those of us, we are relying on family support. We are relying on government grants. This is our home. We are on a mission to transform our lives. As I write in my book, Zero2Billionaires, I say in my book, we are not paid in the marketplace for the time we spend at work or in the marketplace. We are paid for the value we bring. I know in the marketplace, they measure our salaries, or they measure how they pay us based on hours and the rate they've decided to pay us. But I want you to know this, ladies and gentlemen, they are not necessarily paying us for the time we spend there. They are paying us for the value we are bringing. All right? Otherwise, they wouldn't have employed you. You are working where you are currently working because you are bringing value. You might be a cleaner, you might be a manager, you might be a cashier. You are bringing some form of value. Somebody might ask, what value is a cleaner bringing? Ladies and gentlemen, the cleaner is bringing an important health and risk management service to the company. Because if there is no cleaning, the place will be hazardous, and there will be a lot of IODs, injury on duties, that may even cost the company a lot of legal fees and a lot of absenteeism, and consequently the production of the company will be. So there is none of us, there is no one who is in the employment environment who is there for nothing. They have created that post because They need the value that that post brings to the overall company profitability. All right. Yeah. But I'm saying to us, ladies and gentlemen, even if we are underpaid, might be, some of us might be unemployed, we are relying on government grants, we are relying on family support, a little help from there, little help from there. Some of us, we are staying at our homes, we don't have our own homes. Some of us are kuku at the backyards of our homes. Some of us are in the bedroom at our parents' homes. I want you to know that all is not lost. If you are ambitious and if you are willing to learn a new skill, we are not paid for the value we bring. I mean, we're not paid for the time we spend in the marketplace. We are paid for the value we bring. So, therefore, if you want to increase your income, you've got to increase your value. And you increase your value by either polishing your current skills or learning a completely new skill. Happiness, I did that. At some point of my life. After losing my Spar supermarket, I had to go get a job. The only job that I could get was the driving job because I had a code 10 license. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, to cut the long story short, I increased my value. At one point, I studied store keeping at Damelin. Every Saturday, I will go to Damelin. And guess what? I was promoted from just being a truck driver to being a rep. All right. And later, the following year, I was promoted to being a storekeeper. All right. But unfortunately, because of self-sabotaging habits, I resigned from that company. But I want you to understand here, the principle works. You've got to increase your value if you want to earn more. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I'm on a mission of learning to do digital marketing, and I've invited you to come and learn along with me how to do digital marketing. And I look forward to gain a new skill, because this skill will help us to do big business. We are going to increase our income, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to change the status quo. All right. This time next year, we will not be talking as the unemployed. We will not be talking as the underpaid. We will be talking as digital marketers. We will be teaching many other of our fellow unemployed, our fellow previously our fellow underpaid people, previously disadvantaged. I wanted to use that phrase. All right, we'll be talking to people who've been who'll still be depending on family support and government grants. We thank God for our families. All right, just yesterday, my younger sister and the husband, they visited my home, and it was such a beautiful family and moral support that I got for my family. Do you understand? We thank God for our family members, okay? But we can't continually depend on them. Happiness, happiness. We can't. We shouldn't. We shouldn't. All right? Somebody posted this thing on Facebook. He says, it does not mean that our family members don't love us. Many of our family members don't do love us, but the only thing is that we are still alive. They will show us how much they love us the day we die. Ntate Mankge banna. Ntate Mankge ke ene I posted in that post on Facebook. What a reality. What a reality. All right. Of many of our cousins that we don't see, they will be coming at our funeral. And they will be bringing in their 500 rands, their 1,000 rands. They will bring in their vegetables. They will be bringing in their flowers and everything else. But while you are still alive, they don't do that. So meaning, yes, you are getting family support, but you are not getting the quality kind of family support, or the kind of some family support that will improve your financial situation or status. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Let's get busy. Today, we are on day number 7. I want us to work on module 4, right? I want us to work on introduction to customer engagement. Introduction to customer engagement. Yes, remember, I might be the host, I might be the presenter, all right? But I am just a voice to digital intelligence. And not that the digital intelligence doesn't have a voice. Digital intelligence is so brilliant, ladies and gentlemen, it can also provide a voice to itself. But right now I'm providing this voice because we are building a community, the Zero2Billionaire Business Social. And I want also to infuse in this community authenticity. That's why I talk about my life. I talk about my life because I want to relate to you, and I want to invite like-minded people. I want to invite those of you that are unemployed, because I know the pain of being unemployed. My wife left me at that period when I was unemployed. Of course, she had good reason to leave me, because I was not unemployed because I was fired at my work. I got myself unemployed because I was too ambitious, and I resigned from government printing works with the aim of doing business. Do you understand what I'm saying? And unfortunately, that business did not succeed. And for 5 years, that put serious strain on my marriage. And I eventually lost my wife. She left. And of course, saying some very sad words, such as how na progress, how na future, and all that. I empathize with her, but I still believe that she gave up too early. But the point is this, ladies and gentlemen, when you are unemployed, you can lose valuable relationships. So you've got to make sure that you deal with that. You've got to change that. Do you understand? In my book, Zero2Billionaires, I write, if they don't employ you, deploy yourself. All right. So our Zero2Billionaire Business Social is giving you opportunities to deploy yourself. So just be a part of our program, and I want to assure you that we are transforming our lives. All right, we are transforming our lives. A day is coming, we will be making a live broadcast from the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. And that's how much money we will be making. We will be able to afford to travel the whole world. This skill that we are learning here is going to set us apart, and is going to open up income opportunities for us. Today, I want to talk about introduction to customer engagement. And I'm going to share with you the lessons that ChatGPT, that is the artificial intelligence, all right, is giving us. because ChatGPT is our resident lecturer and coach. All right. Yes. So what we are going to work here on is what is customer engagement, channels of engagement, introduction to CRM, customer relationship management. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited when we talk about CRM. We have a digital store at Zero2Billionaires. Okay, and we will also like you to become the paid up member of the Zero2 Billionaire Business Social. When you are the paid up member, all right, of Zero2Billionaire Social, it costs you only 700 rands. But if you join now, the first 50 people, they can join our business social with a humble 500 rands. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you are a member of the Zero2Billionaires, you will gain access to selling over 19 softwares. We've got over 19 softwares and their tools, meaning we've got over 18 items, okay, that you can use to increase your income using the skill that we are sharing with you here, digital marketing. You can use this skill to sell digitally those softwares. And one of those softwares is a software that has to do with CRM, customer relationship management. It's all about automation. Digital marketing, ladies and gentlemen, it's so powerful because you only need to set it up in the beginning. All right? You are setting it up in the beginning. Then from there, it takes over. It does work for you over and over and over again. That's digital marketing for you. You see, these videos that I'm creating content for our community. I will not be doing these videos over and over again. All right. There are people who will be watching and listening to these lessons in the next coming years. I will not be doing these lessons anymore, but we will just be referring them to our digital platforms like TikTok, like Facebook, like YouTube. They will just be going to our channel there and they will be listening to this that I'm talking to you about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, with digital market, the beautiful thing about this type of business is that it takes or it will cost you to be hands on in the beginning. But over a period of time, the digital tools take over, right? So, one of the digital tools we will be introducing to you today is CRM. CRM. And this is a tool that we are learning about as we do introduction to customer engagement. Happiness? Happiness. Yeah. Awesome. That was my introduction and greeting to you. Let's go to the actual lesson this morning. Thank you a billion times. Let's do the lesson. We have done the introduction. We have done the greetings. Now let's do the lecture. Let's do the lecture. We will find it in ChatGPT, Digital Marketing Mastery. We are working on module 4, lesson 4, introduction to customer engagement. Module overview. Customer engagement is about building lasting relationships with your audience in the digital world. It goes beyond sales. It's about connection, interaction, and value. In this lesson, we will cover what engagement means, where it happens, and how to manage it effectively. May I read the overview once again? Customer engagement. It's about building. Ladies and gentlemen, we are calling ourselves Zero2Billionaires. We are pathfinders, building legacies. I liked one of the guys. What's his name? Witty something. What Witty? Witness Mdaka. Okay, there's a guy on Facebook who is doing very well with property business. He said something that I really liked. All right, Witness Mdaka. He says something. He says, I don't like the word hustling. He says we've got to stop this hustling thing. We've got to do the building thing. When he said this, it resonated with me, ladies and gentlemen. As pathfinders, we are not hustlers. We are builders. We are building legacies. All right. Now, this overview is saying customer engagement. It's about building. And we are building what? We are building lasting relationships. All right. We are building what? Lasting relationships. In my book, Zero2Billionaires, my book is based on the illustration or the demonstration of what I call the billionaire table. Okay. The billionaire table has got 4 legs. All right. And leg number 1, it's about mindset. Mindset. How you think has a direct impact on your value, your net worth. And leg number 2, ladies and gentlemen, it's about building systems. Okay? Building systems. It's not just about starting a business. It's about building systems. All right? This is how I will put it. If you are unemployed, get yourself a job. When you have got a job, start a business. When you have started a business, find a way of automating that business. Now, this is where the systems comes in. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when you have automated your business, and now you are no longer exchanging your time for money, but this time around, the business system is the one that is making money for you. Now, let money make more money for you. Now, this time around, you become an investor now. Let the money make more money for you. Let the money make more money for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So in my book, we talk about mindset, the renewal of our mind, developing billionaire mindset. Number 2, we've got to build systems. Guess what? Number 3 is about relationships. All right, networks, human beings. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to build a legacy, you've got to value people, you've got to value relationships. I want you to know this very morning on the 27th of July 2025. All prayers are answered and heard by God. But guess what? All of those same prayers, God always uses a human being to answer those prayers. God says to the children, to Moses, he says, go tell my people, I have seen their suffering. I have heard their cry. And tell them, I have come to answer their prayers. Guess how God was answering their prayer? God was answering his people's prayer by sending a human being, Moses. You see, many Christians are failing to to get their lives transformed. They are failing to live heaven on earth. They are waiting for the day they die and go to heaven and where else. Jesus Christ said we must pray, let your will be done. Let your kingdom come here on earth as it is in heaven. So what Jesus wants us to do is to live heaven on earth, while other Christians are waiting for dying. They are living here on earth like people who are heavenly minded, but they are earthly useless. All right? And that is a very big problem. But the reason why many are not experiencing heaven on earth is because they don't value relationships. People don't value relationships. People are quick not to maintain relationships. People are quick to let go of relationships. You know, one of the things that happened yesterday, my younger sister and I, we drove to go and meet my firstborn, my son, Herman. It's named after my late dad. And we were just having a good conversation yesterday, and we got to talk about my app. I just had to find a way of talking about this app that I have developed. One of the apps that I've developed is called Destiny Dares. It's a software that I've developed to help the users to break self-sabotaging habits and to develop productive habits. Okay, so I just had to, in our conversation, I just had to throw in that, and I asked the question, what would you say are your self-sabotaging habits? I asked my son that, and one of the things that he said was so profound. He said something. He said, "Ish, one of the things that I feel that is self-sabotaging is that it's easy for me to repair relationships of strangers. But when it comes to my own people, my own family, I don't make efforts to repair those relationships or to work on those relationships. It's easy for me. I invest too much of my time on strangers, on new people that I've met, and then I said, wow, ish. You see, yes, my point, ladies and gentlemen, relationships are so important. And you've got to spend time with the people that bring value to you. They might not be your direct family members, but if that person is bringing value to your life, if that person has been raised by God to answer your prayers, value that relationship, because, ladies and gentlemen, a billionaire table without this leg of relationships will fall. Whatever is on the table will fall down. Lastly, the fourth leg in my book, Zero2Billionaires, is all about legacies. All right. That's why here at Zero2Billionaires, we say we are pathfinders. We are building legacies. Okay. Now, here it is here in the overview. It says customer engagement. It's about building lasting relationships with your audience in the digital world. It goes beyond sales. It's about connection, interaction, and value. In this lesson, we will cover what engagement means, where it happens, and how to manage it effectively. Let me repeat. It's about connection, all right? Transforming the lives of strangers from just being strangers to being digital friends, to being business partners. All right? It's about connection, interaction, and value. Wow, isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue. Section 1. What is customer engagement? Customer engagement refers to emotional connection and interaction between a brand and its audience through various touch points. Wow. Wow. All right. All right. Can I read it again? Customer engagement refers to emotional connection. All right? Emotional connection and interaction between a brand and its audience through various touch points. Please, please, I don't want you to forget the previous lessons that we have heard. The previous lesson that we have heard, one of them is branding and brand awareness. Remember when we learned about branding? Our resident lecturer, artificial intelligence called Chat GPT, taught us that branding is more than a logo or the name of a business. Branding is more than a tagline or a slogan for the business. Branding involves two more things. And I was like shocked. I was so impressed. I learned so much. Branding is about connecting emotionally with the persona of the business. All right? Connect emotionally with the persona of the business. Wow. And to connect, you've got to connect emotionally. All right? There must be an emotional connection. And also, branding, it's about having a specific voice. Having what? A specific voice. Now, I'm sure you are wondering, Muruti Manana is giving us a digital marketing lesson. But Muruti Manana, also talks about unemployed people, talks about employed people, talks about his own life. Why it looks like Murti Manana is all over the place? I'm not all over the place. I am building a brand. What I'm doing here, I'm doing it intentionally and strategically. I am applying the lessons that I'm learning about digital marketing. I am finding a way in my marketing, all right, to connect with my persona. All right, how do we the persona? What we normally call the customer. The problem is, many of us, when we are talking about my customers, we don't really have a specific persona. Who are your customers? Who are you doing your best to appeal to? Who are you attracting? Who do you want to use your services? Manana, you've got a SaaS business, a software as a service business. You've got apps. You are selling apps. Who do you want to use your apps? Ladies and gentlemen, as the book of my name, or the name of my book goes, Zero to Billionaire. My target audience, my target market. Now we have learned a new vocabulary. The persona that I am looking at, it's someone who is rising from zero to billionaire. And who is that someone? It is someone who is unemployed. It is someone who is employed but is underpaid. It is someone who is relying on family support. It's someone who is currently relying on government grants. That is a person I want us together to rise from zero to billionaire. So listen to customer engagement. It says customer engagement refers to the emotional connection. So when I tell stories, when I talk about this, we are doing emotional connection. Like attracts like. All right. So in other words, when someone is listening to Manana, that person needs to have some form of connection. We were talking about this, my brother-in-law, Tate Monamore, and my younger sister. We talked about this yesterday as we were driving to Johannesburg to meet my son. And then they told me about the ex-wife of Matthew Booth. I like that story. Matthew Booth likes black women. You know? Now they told me a story about the ex-wife who has started a business of cheesecakes. She bakes special kinds of cheesecakes. All right? And according to them, that ex-wife of Matthew Booth is making a killing. She's doing great business just by selling cheesecakes. But guess what? She's got a story. There's a story behind the brand. What you see, you've got to connect with your people by developing a story. There must be a story behind your brand. And guess what was the ex-wife of Matthew Booth's story? Or what is the story of cheesecakes? They say the reason why there was a divorce is because Matthew Booth will always bake a cheesecake, but that cheesecake will always go missing in the house. So the wife was asking herself, where is the cheesecake? Where is my cheesecake? Who ate my cheesecake? Only to find out that Matthew Booth takes the cake, go gives it to the Nyazi. Is giving it to Makwapeni, to the side chick. The two of them, they bake this cake, the cheesecake. But the cheesecake gets missing. On the violet, the cheesecake is being fed to the side chick. Wow. I was listening to that and I said, wow. As they were relating that, I said, wow. Your brand must have a story. Are you listening to me? If you are listening to this, please comment, like, say something on this video. Say something. Say wow. Say amen. Say yes. Just comment. Just make a comment. Just comment. Clap hands. Do something. All right. I need your reaction. All right. Yes, of course, you can even do further than that. You can even share. Let other people get to listen to our videos, our lessons. All right. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Customer engagement refers to the emotional connection. You've got to create a brand and you've got to engage with your customers. And you've got to have an emotional connection. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you are going to be a success in the digital market, you've got to have a story. Stories are best when it comes to making emotional connection. Have you observed something that sometimes you could be in a meeting, or maybe we are at church and the preacher is preaching, and it's like maybe even your mind is going all over the place. You are losing the preacher. You don't know what the preacher is talking about. You don't follow the preacher. But then the preacher changes. He says, let me tell you how this affected my marriage. And boom, all of a sudden, everybody is awake now. And everybody now is listening. When I wonder why we preachers, we love stories. We have learned and we have seen how to captivate the audience. It's a communication skill. Great preachers are great storytellers. The late Ray McCauley was a great storyteller. All right. The late Bishop P.V. Ndabende was a great storyteller. There's a story he once told about how his parents were working in the farms and how, as he was watching his father calling Mwana wa the farmer, an Afrikaner farmer, a kid, calling him Bas. All right. How his father will run around, just, and he watched that and he said, I hate poverty. He started to hate poverty. Well, they were still at the farms, looking at how his father was treated at the farms. All right. So, great preachers are great storytellers. All right. Bazalwane, they come back to church Sunday after Sunday after Sunday because they love stories. They love stories. It's exciting. There's emotional connection. I remember I made the members of my church to cry in Attersville. At one point, I testified to them how I was a Spar supermarket owner and how my life deteriorated to a point whereby I was so poor. I related how my life descended from driving German vehicles, a BMW 325 IS, to wearing a pair of shoes that eat up my leg. And I was telling the truth. Hey, the year 2000, I was so poor. The shoes that I was wearing, there was this nail inside those shoes. I had to put a card box, and that nail was so persistent, it will eat up the card box up to a point whereby it eats up my flesh. I will keep on cutting this hard skin under my feet, my heel. All right, and I remember I said this to them, and I saw them crying. There were so many who were crying. All right, I said, sometimes, Bazalwane, as I'm busy preaching, you'll see me jumping up, lifting my leg up very high. You will think it's because I'm excited or it's because of the anointing. But no, it was because of the nail pricking my heel. So the nail has pricked through the card box, and this time around it is touching that sensitive part of my skin, because I will remove the hard skin to a point whereby now it is the sensitive skin that is only left on my heel. Now go and testify that I was not wearing those shoes anymore. I had just had a crusade, and one of the pastors, the local pastors in the community, came to my crusade. And the man of God, may his soul rest in peace, Muruti Manenge, his son is on Facebook, he calls himself Semi something, Manenge. Okay, he is currently selling cars. As I see his success, I marvel most of the time. I said, this boy, he's enjoying the benefits of his generous father. His father was a generous man of God. So his father came to my crusade, and the following day, he came with new pairs of shoes. So when I was testifying about my brand new pairs of shoes. And I was talking about the shoe that used to eat up my heel. Storytelling, connect with the people. Build a brand by being authentic. Now, one of the things that we have learned as we were learning about branding, all right, is that a brand must have a voice. All right? You must have a voice. So, for us as Zero2Billionaires, or for my brand, I want the voice of my brand must be an authentic voice, authenticity, transparency, honesty. There must be a voice. All right? We are learning digital marketing, and I have to show you these things. I cannot just read to you. I have to testify. I have to make illustrations that are practical. And as I use myself as an example, I want you to apply these examples to yourself. All right? Happiness. Let's continue to read and move a little bit faster. I'm sure by this time I'm connected to you. Key characteristics: two-way interaction, not just broadcasting. Yeah? Two-way interaction. My pastor, Apostle Jabba Slowly, likes to say communication is not a monologue. Communication, it's a two-way stream. All right, it's not a monologue. It's not just one person talking. That's why, please, if you are listening to this, communicate to me. Like, comment, say something, say hi, say something, make a comment, tell us your story. All right, happiness. So the two characteristics of customer engagement are two-way interaction, not just broadcasting. It's not a monologue. It's not just you making videos, you making text, you posting pictures, you sending out the link of your business. It's a communication. All right, happens before, during, and after sale. So customer engagement is a two-way interaction, not just broadcasting. Customer engagement happens before, during, and after the sale. Now that the person has paid the money, you should not stop talking to that person. All right. Yeah, I must talk to someone else after this during the day. All right. Customer engagement builds trust, loyalty, and long-term relationship. Why does customer engagement matter? Customer engagement matters because it increases customer retention and referrals. What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? Once you've got a customer, once you've got an audience, make sure that you retain that audience. And you do that by constant engagement. Otherwise, you will keep on studying and studying. You always need new customers. Every month, you need new customers. No, you must have customer relation so that you should retain the customers that you got. Whether you got one person, all right? Next month, don't start on 0. Start on 1. So that when you get another person, the following month, you are not starting on 0. You're starting on 2. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's all about retention. But not only that, but also referrals. Now, you started alone, like I started, or I'm starting alone, this Zero2Billionaire movement. All right, I'm starting alone, but I've got to do customer relations. Okay, I've got to do customer engagement so that it will get to a point whereby it's not me who is only inviting new people in our community, but you are also helping me to bring in and to grow this our community. Of course, it must be a win-win. There are commissions that you will be getting when you invite more people. Okay, but other than that, you should feel that you can even invite other people, even if I'm not paying you. If this brand of Zero2Billionaires is such a great brand, you should feel that even if you were not getting paid for bringing in new people, you'll still be okay. You'll still be inviting people to the Zero2Billionaire community. You'll still be inviting the unemployed. You'll still be inviting the underpaid. You'll still be inviting people who are relying on family support and government grants. Why? Because you feel that this community will help them. You still share the videos, the lessons that we are posting online because you believe that people will be helped. Happiness? Happiness. So it will boast brand, it will retain customer retention and referrals. It will boost brand reputation and loyalty. It will drive higher lifetime value per customer. All right. It will do what? It will drive higher lifetime value per customer. Meaning the customer will keep on coming and coming and coming back to support your brand. Happiness. Let's do two more sections. Section 2, there it is channels of engagement. Engagement can happen across multiple digital platforms. Number one, email, newsletters, personalized offers, feedback surveys. So one of the platform is what? Emails. The other platform is what? Social media. Comments, likes, shares, and DMs. Live videos and stories. Polls, questions, UGC, user generated content. Wow, interesting. We are learning, ladies and gentlemen. So the platforms or the channels of engagement, we use email, we use social media. Number 3, web and mobile platforms. These are website, chatbots, interactive blog posts, personalized web experiences. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the softwares that we are selling at Zero2Billionaires is a software that can build websites. It's a software that can build for you an app. All right, and we've got another software that we are selling here at Zero2Billionaires in our store. The Zyro, the name of our store, we call it Zyro Store. Okay, one of the app we are selling there is that it can do this one, a chatbot. Okay, you can educate your own AI. You can have your own AI with your own information. Okay, you just have to AI. You have to develop it. You have to build it. Okay, you must. We say you must train your robot, train your AI, your artificial intelligence. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can have a robot. Okay, I haven't used this software myself. I'm going to use it also, where I train and educate, okay, my robot about anything and everything. All right, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to make a lot of money here. Why? Because when we sell this robot, we can sell this robot to a maths teacher. Okay, a maths teacher. We can sell this robot to a physical science teacher. We can sell this robot to any person that has got knowledge base. All right, whatever knowledge that you have, you put it into that robot. Okay, you pack it up, you educate your artificial intelligent robot, the chat robot. You will be having an app, an AI. You will have your own AI. I can have an AI called Mukoro Manana. All right, meaning all the knowledge that Mukoro Manana has, I put it in that AI, and people can interact with Mukoro Manana based on the knowledge that I have, based on the expertise that I have. So you could be whatever. Let's make a simple example. You know you are good with teaching. mathematical disciplines. You can create an AI that teaches, and you can sell that AI. Ladies and gentlemen, mona re tlo etsa tjhelete, mona re tlo etsa tjhelete. There's a lot of education that we need to educate the people. This is a new market. We just have to brand it nicely, and then we will do all the individual what you call software presentations. We will explain how all these softwares that we are selling in Zero2Billionaires, how do they work. But I'm showing you here that one of the ways or the platforms that we use to keep customer engagement is website chat bot. You are talking to a bot. All right. Yeah. If there are people who are capitalizing on this artificial intelligence, they are the marketers. These guys who are doing trading and all that. They train a robot how to trade, and they sell that robot. All right. Okay. So we do it with web and mobile platforms like website, chatbot, interactive blog post, personalized website experiences. Okay. SMSs also, and messaging apps like WhatsApp, Messenger, Telegram, automated reminders. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you see how the platform that we must use? Email, social media, website and mobile apps, SMSs, and messaging apps. Okay. Now let's do the last section. The last section here is section 3, introduction to CRM. We will go deeper into it. Let's just make the introduction to it right now. CRM tools help businesses manage and analyze customer interactions and data throughout the customer life cycle. What is CRM, or what does CRM do? Okay, stores contact info and purchase history, tracks communication and follow-ups, automates email and SMS campaigns, helps segment audience for personalized messages. Popular CRM tools that they give us there, it's HubSpot, Zoro CRM, Salesforce, Bravo, formerly Mailchimp. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our own CRM, the Zero2Billionaire CRM. Okay, yes, ChatGDP doesn't know us anymore yet. He does not know us yet, but we have our own CRM. Okay, we have our Zero CRM. Okay, we are done, ladies and gentlemen. We are done. We are done. We are done. Thank you a billion times. Thanks for your patience. Now, this time around, it's all about homework, mini workbook exercise. Which platform do you engage with your audience? Please answer us. Okay, make those comments. Make the comments. Please contact me on 06913111348 if you are following this and you want to be a part of our WhatsApp group. I would like you to please, I beg you, contact me on 06913111348. Then you can let us know that you are listening to these videos and you are following the lessons. Okay, and then you can also answer the questions. All right, which platform do you engage with your audience on most? List 3 ways your brand currently builds engagement. Which CRM tools have you tried, if any? Write a welcome email or DM you will send to a new follower customer. Happiness, there it is. Yes, the challenge, the daily challenge. Choose one platform, e.g., IG, email, etc., and post something interactive. A poll, question, challenge, or video story. Okay, yeah, something interactive. Reply to 5 comments or DMs personally. That's a challenge for you. Reflection journal. How can I deepen my relationship with my audience beyond the sale? Ask yourself that question as you reflect. So, the takeaways, ladies and gentlemen, from our lessons are: engagement builds loyalty and trust. Email, social media, and websites are key engagement hubs. CRM tools make relationships building easier and smarter. We are done, ladies and gentlemen. May God richly bless you. The next lesson, I will check, I will confirm. But ChatGDP says the next lesson will be data driven decision making. I love you. Kimurti Mukoro Manana. Thank you a billion times. Contact us on 069 God richly bless you. And ladies and gentlemen, we we would like you to come and join our business social. Okay, to join our business social, it's 700 rands, but if you join today, it will only cost you 500 rands. All right. When you are our business social member, you will be able to sell our content creation apps and tools. You'll be able to sell our digital marketing apps and tools. All right. Happiness, happiness, happiness. Yeah, come and be a part of our business social. When you join with 500 rands, we are only going to give you a link. It's a referral link. You will be talking about our apps and everything else, and then you'll be giving them your link, and then when they use your link to buy our apps, all right, you are going to get the commission for that. Happiness, happiness. But you can also buy a package of 2,500. Okay, a package of 2,500. If you say, Muruti Manana, I've listened to your lesson, I've been following up your lesson on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, you will get a coupon, a discount. I'll give you a discount with 2,000 rands, for 2,000 rands. Okay, this is a discount that you are only going to get that because you have listened and you have engaged in our 90 days. Okay, so this discount is only valid up until the 18th of October. Okay, any person that is engaging us and he's participating on our 90 days Destiny Day challenge will get a 500 rands discount. All you need to do is you must pay 2,000 rands. When you pay 2,000 rands, you are going to get your own app. We are going to build an app for you which you will be using to sell our apps. Okay, you're going to get your own domain. You're going to get your own web address. Like myself, I've got 02billionaire.co.za. That's a domain. It's called a domain. Okay, and then you are going to get 5 days TikTok advertising. We are going to advertise your website for 5 days. Okay, then from there you will continue on your own. All right, happiness, happiness. So ladies and gentlemen, the products that we are selling is, we've got content creation apps and tools, which the person will be getting a combination of 5 apps, and that person will be using our apps for 850 rands per month. They are content creation apps. We'll talk more about it when we do the product presentation. For now, we are just introducing you to what is it that we are selling as Zero2Billionaires. All right. Also, we've got digital business apps and tools. Now, here you'll be getting a total of 7 apps, digital business and and apps and tools. It will cost you 1,600 rands per month. It's 1,600 rands per month. You'll be using, the customer will be using 7 apps. All right. And the other third product that we are selling is e-store automation bundle. The e-store automation bundle, we are selling it for 2,500 rands per month. You'll be having 9 apps. Everything will be automation. You set it up once, but it continue to make money for you over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, this money that we are charging for our apps it's so little compared to the benefits that our users, our users will spend money from their pockets just for the first month, but from the second month onwards, these apps will be making money for them month after month after month. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are giving people value for their money. We are in big business. We are going to sell a lot of apps. So, come and join our Zero2Billionaires social. All right. Like I say, it will cost you only 500 rands today, and then you will only get a link. But if you pay 2,000 rands today, okay, you will also have a website, a website, your own domain, 5 days TikTok advertising. I love you. God bless you. Looking forward to do business with you.